On this episode of the Bronze Metalist podcast, we talk about Khemmis by Khemmis. Welcome to another episode of the Bronze Metalist podcast. I'm Kale.
I'm OJ.
We're two professional broadcasters. We like metal and we like to talk about it. And boy, I'm gassing out already.
Are you gassing out already?
I'm gassing out already.
It's been a week. I mean, it's only Wednesday. We're just getting over the hump, and we're both just like drained.
Yeah. I've been sleeping like trash. I was going to turn the ceiling light off.
You were going to turn that off. I wonder why you sat down. You turned on the lamps and you sat down, leaving the big boob thing from the ceiling.
Oddly, the lamps have like made the ceiling light feel less intense somehow. But let me take care of that.
All right,
we're a mess tonight.
Just a complete mess. I haven't even eaten dinner yet.
Oh my god!
Yeah, huh?
I said, oh my god.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I didn't eat dinner. I didn't eat lunch today.
Jeez. Yeah, you gotta eat something, boy.
You do. And I'm not even one of them GLP-1 things.
Yeah. You gotta eat some food. You don't need a GLP-1.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
No, heck no. I will. My metabolism is that of your average Volkswagen Rabbit.
Volkswagen Rabbit.
Yeah.
What is a Volkswagen Rabbit?
It's a small car, affordable, manufactured by Volkswagen. But I don't think they'd make it anymore.
Okay. Did it have really awful fuel economy?
No. It had a tiny little engine, and it went, and
I guess for me, I'm overanalyzing the joke because suggesting that you have the appetite or metabolism
just burns really
of
hot.
A car would, to me, suggest that you consume a lot of fuel, aka food.
I kind of do.
That you
but today
do,
not, but yeah.
But I feel like a small German automobile would usually have decent fuel economy.
Maybe I should have gone with the Jetta, not the Rabbit.
I mean, they're pretty famously fuel efficient too. I think. So I don't know. You could have said a Hummer. You're not the size of a Hummer, but you eat like one.
I feel gross just having you.
I may not be the size of a Hummer, but I eat like one. My car eats. You could say you drink like one.
Sure.
As a joke, but yeah, it's funny to suggest that a car eats. What if cars needed solid fuel? What if like gas came in a brick that you put into like a furnace in your car? Imagine that.
Occasionally you have to stoke it.
Yeah. Well, like at this point, like I'm picturing a parallel a sort of history where somehow they developed a combustion engine of some type that runs on solid fuel.
Right.
And now, it's 130 years later, and we've got a similar level of sophistication to where you don't need to do anything to it. You just put the fuel in it and it goes. Occasionally it'll have the same problems an automobile always does.
Sure.
But for the most part, as an owner, the most regular thing you need to do is just put fuel in it.
Like, is it a block of fuel? What is it? Is it gray? What does it look like?
I feel like it would be like a brick. Like there would be a standard sized brick, and depending upon the size of your vehicle, it would have a greater capacity for bricks of this fuel. Like it's a pellet grill or something. Sure. I don't
feeds through.
Yeah, I don't know what. I guess the brick burns. Yeah, I don't know.
Or maybe
it has a wood chipper in it.
Or maybe you have to electrify it to cause its chemical to
perhaps
like a little white block that you have to put two little C4.
Yes, your car, I mean,
runs on plastic explosives.
Cars do run on a series of small explosions.
That's true.
So it's not the wildest thing in the world. But yeah, how are you?
I'm doing great, man. Doing great.
Good, cool, awesome.
I'm trying to think of what I've done lately. I don't think I've done anything.
Really?
Yeah. I hung up some art in my apartment. I never really have any art, but my youngest child gave me a thing he found at a swap meet or something.
Cool.
It's a really old sort of wooden plaque that has a chopper on it. Like a motorcycle?
Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
And then it says something, there's a sticker that says something about methamphetamine or something like that on it. So I hung it in my bathroom.
Sure,
why not? Because, there's art in here now.
Does that say meth?
Yeah.
Yeah, so someone visiting your bathroom just like, oh, art in the bathroom, motorcycle. Does that say meth on it? Like, yeah, it's a conversation piece.
It is.
If I need like some more disposable money. I mean, who doesn't?
Sure.
But like I want to buy like cool pieces of like Warhammer art that I could put up in here and
right.
and like, you know, other posters and stuff to put up. But I'm always like stuff that is purely decorative.
Mm-hmm.
The fucking tedious ass fucking utilitarian part of my brain is like, you could spend that money on stuff that you're going to use, even if it's not like, you know, a strictly utilitarian, useful piece of thing, a useful piece of equipment or whatever. Even if it is some kind of a leisure item, it is an item. My brain is like, this is a thing you can interact with and that you will use, you will do stuff with. Art, you just look at, and that part of my brain is like, that's not useful. And I'm like, yeah. But the space would look nice, but again, the fucking tedious little piece of shit back there, the fucking imperial fist in the back of my brain that just wants to build large concrete structures is like this. It must be useful.
But it does make you feel better. I've noticed
sure
that.
It would.
I take in a piss and looking at the mess sticker. I feel great, you know, in the morning. Or I bought a clock.
That's because you're pissing. That's why you feel great.
Yeah, I'm feeling relief. But I mean, it's different now because, like, I feel like I'm in
you're enriched.
A domicile. I feel like I'm in someone's home.
It's an enrichment item, like you're a polar bear in a zoo.
Yeah.
Scooch over a little bit this way. You're at such a weird angle to your microphone.
All right.
I know scooching in that chair is an ordeal.
It is kind of.
No,
I think we're working. Yeah.
There we go.
No, but I bought a clock. I like having clocks in a room. I like really big, like analog clocks.
Yeah.
So I bought one of those. Stuck a battery. I feel better looking at this wall. Is there a clock on it?
I have a clock.
Yeah, nice.
Not in here.
It's over there.
It's I mean it's not a nice clock, but also it doesn't tick, which is why I can have it. Because if it ticked, I would have thrown it away.
I paid
immediately.
There was a choice between the $10 clock and the $20 clock, and it looked like the $10 clock made a ticking sound.
Under no circumstances.
I will pay double to not have a ticking sound.
I mean that you've probably seen me many times. If it's a particular day, maybe if I have a lot of production to do and I can't put my noise canceling headphones in, or something like that, I will take the clock out of the production room and set it down on my desk out in the bullpen, and then go back into the production room because it will drive me to madness. I hate it. I hate it. Some people like the sound of ticking clocks. I don't understand those people.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Well, what if one day it was quiet and you didn't have your headbuns in?
My headbuns? Like I'm Princess Leia?
I guess. So, but you took the clock out, put it in your desk, and you came back into the production room.
You still heard it ticking?
Still heard it ticking.
Some telltale heart shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Start digging up the floor?
Yeah, that probably would happen. I'd go insane. But I at some point I will get some decorations to put up and whatnot. This room is so small. There's not a lot of wall real estate left.
There isn't.
They're like over there on either side of my my painting desk. There's some room for some art, which would be a good spot for it anyway. But
maybe some tasteful nudes.
Yeah, sure, yes.
Because that's your style.
Yep, that's definitely my style of decoration. Some tasteful nudes of the Primarchs from Warhammer. There we go. Like, why are these giant muscular men naked?
I
I'm certain that you can purchase that somewhere.
Yeah, let's look that up on the internet right now.
Yeah,
Giant
Primark nudes. Lionel Johnson nude. Sanguinius Rule 34. Enter. Speaking of Warhammer,
yeah,
I played some.
Yeah, you did.
Over the weekend, I played my very first game of Warhammer 40K against our friend Drew. And we're pretty sure I won. We're not 100% sure because neither of us really knew how points allocation works and the missions system is supposed to go. But we do know for certain that my guys killed the ever-living shit out of his guys. So at least on that front, the battle was a victory for me. But mechanically speaking, in the game, there's more to it than that when it comes to winning. You can win on points while still having your army get
decimated.
Absolutely decimated. I mean, having your army be decimated wouldn't be that bad because you'd only lose 1 out of 10. That's what that means. That's what it means. Don't look at me like that.
Or you only keep 1 in 10?
No, you only lose 1 in 10. Because decimation was a Roman army punishment. I actually think it might be kind of apocryphal, where it's the sort of thing that they would threaten to do, but they would never actually do it because it doesn't really... It probably wouldn't work psychologically, but the idea is you get 10 guys together, 10 soldiers from a unit that needs to be punished, and they would each draw straws, and the person who drew the shortest straw would then be beaten to death by the other 9. And the basic idea was it doesn't matter who fucked up, you all as a unit need to be better, so whoever gets punished, it's going to be random. It probably happened in reality at some points, but I think it was pretty rare. It's kind of like keel hauling, where it's a really horrific punishment, but actually it probably didn't happen very often. Or the boats, or scaphism is the proper name for that. You ever heard of scaphism?
I have not.
It's a really metal punishment, and they're not sure if it ever really happened. But I think it was from ancient Greece, I want to say, or no, it might have been Persia. That sort of realm. They would somebody who had offended you in some way, shape, or form. You would put them in a boat. Sometimes it wouldn't even necessarily be on the water. Could be on the water, but didn't have to be. But you would tie them up and you put them. Basically, you'd make a clamshell of boats. Okay. Where there'd be a boat on the bottom, and then you place a boat on top with a cutout for their head and their hands and feet.
Okay.
The inside of the boat, their body would be slathered with milk and honey. And then you would just leave them there while continuously feeding them more milk and honey. And they would, shit themselves inside the boat, but not die. And then all manner of insects and whatnot would get in there and basically start eating them while they were rotting in their own filth. Yeah, it's really, really fucking nasty. It's really gross.
You guys can't see my face right now, but he can.
He's making the stank face. It's really nasty. They're not sure if it was ever practiced. Because also, it's the sort of thing that only a king could really do, because honey's not the most expensive commodity in ancient times.
But it wasn't as easy to come by as it is now.
Like it's the sort of thing you wouldn't necessarily want to waste, because also people didn't just have sugar. Like in the Middle Ages and before, honey was the main way people would sweeten things. Like if you wanted something to be sweeter, you would use honey, because that was basically the only thing that had a lot of sugar in it.
Also, this is pre-pasteurization.
Yes.
So
the milk, definitely,
good chance you're going to get some rocket squirts in there.
Oh, yeah, that's the point.
Yeah.
That's the point. It's really, really nasty. It's called scaphism. And it's not entirely clear if it was a real thing or if it's just something that a particularly demented historian made up. I think the first account, when I say historian, I don't even mean a modern historian, but like a even an ancient historian,
historical historian,
writing about something that happened 200 years before them, even
Right.
though they lived 2,000 years ago. Your Herodotus and Aristotle's. Did Aristotle do history stuff? I mean, he did like math and shit, but and philosophy, but he might have done some history stuff. I don't know. I did that, yeah. So I played Warhammer.
So anyway, Warhammer.
I did that. We think I won.
Yeah.
But I had fun, even though I didn't really know much of what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
It was the sensory experience of the game store is a little less than ideal.
Right.
It's really overstimulating in a auditory sort of way.
Mm-hmm.
That made it very difficult to sort of focus on the game. I was clenching my jaw most of the time, and I had a headache when I left. So yeah, if I can get more like some terrain going,
Mm-hmm.
and some little like mats and whatnot to put underneath it, and have enough stuff to run games in the basement, I feel like that would be great, because then it'll just be chill.
Mm-hmm.
And quiet.
Just you and your opponent.
Yep. And that would be nice. But as you know, it's also a social thing at the game store. You run into people. I ran into a guy I know. And so it was like that part's neat, but also when you're trying to focus on this difficult, complicated thing.
Right, because it was your first time playing. You don't really know the ropes really all that well yet.
Yeah. And when there's 15 people in the same room also talking about complicated things, and I can hear all of them. It was rough, but I had a good time despite. Also over the weekend, I fixed my toilet.
Nice.
I finally fixed my toilet. I got some new hardware for it and put it in.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty easy.
Yeah, it is. It's
pretty easy. And I knew it was going to be easy, but it was just one of those things where I was like, I'll do it later.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do it later.
And it's kind of daunting if you've never done it before.
Yeah.
It's like, well, what's all of these parts? What are they going to do? Am I going to do it right? It's like,
there's a little instruction booklet in there, and it was pretty easy.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, now it finally doesn't hiss constantly,
Mm-hmm.
and I can leave the door open and not have to shut it constantly because the hissing is driving me insane. So yes, that is the hissing. Yeah, that
new book by Stephen King,
and it's about a snake, a spooky snake,
a snack.
Ooh, that's where Stephen King is at now. He's just like, I wrote a book about a spooky snake. I don't know what Stephen King sounds like. In my head, he just kind of sounds like kind of a classic nerd.
Yeah, kind of. He's kind of.
I'm Stephen King. I'm writing my fucked up books. Yeah, I don't know. In my head, he just sounds like sort of a classic dweeb.
I've written 900 books.
I've done more cocaine than Pablo Escobar.
I only remember writing 6 of those books.
And I wrote them all yesterday. I'm back on it again. I'm back on the coke. People wonder how he was able to write so many books. It's just the drugs.
Drugs.
It's
well,
just fucking.
It was a combination of the cocaine and just being blackout drunk all the time.
Yeah. Just like you can do amazing things when you're absolutely fucked up.
Yeah.
You shouldn't, but it can happen.
Okay, this is embarrassing. I've actually played video games that I was having a hard time. I can't get through this area. It's like, oh, this is fucking hard. I can't do this. Crack open a beer, and then by the time I get to my 6th beer, I'm sort of I wake up and like, oh,
I finished the game. I mean, there's the legendary Ballmer curve, if you've ever heard of that, which was, I believe, Steve Ballmer from Microsoft, where he observed that when he was pretty decently shit-faced, he was way better at coding. But it was like sharp increase, very narrow point, extremely sharp decline,
vertical.
Like it was very
vertical,
very difficult to maintain that peak level of inebriation for optimal coding.
That was also kind of the subject of what the hell are the names? Oh my God, David and the British guys, the funny duo.
Mitchell and Webb?
Mitchell and Webb, thank you. That it was a society of people who are always 2 drinks in.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have to behave as if though you've always had 2 drinks, and you will.
And you will. Well, there's a Danish movie about that has Mads Mikkelsen in it. It's one of those classic like because Mads Mikkelsen is very, in America, he's Mr. Serious.
Right.
Because look at him. But like he plays villains and he's in these serious films. In Denmark, he does a lot of comedies.
Right.
And this one movie that he did, I don't remember what the name of the movie was, but the idea was it was a group of friends who heard about like the Balmer curve type stuff.
Yeah.
And they're like, what if we all, as an experiment for like a month, tried being drunk like every day?
Yeah.
I don't know if it was a strict comedy. I think things didn't turn out great. I haven't seen the film, but I don't remember what it was called. But it is funny to learn that Mads Mikkelsen has been in like a bunch of like comedies in Denmark. He's known as being a kind of funny guy. You look at him, it's just like, that man's funny.
I mean,
yeah.
But yeah, I wonder if that comedy would even fly here.
Or if it
very
would
specifically Danish comedy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the joke about Danish is also that none of them can understand each other. So maybe that like no one else in Scandinavia can, because like other Swedish and Norwegian are mutually intelligible.
Yeah.
You don't have to actually, if you're Norwegian, you don't actually have to speak Swedish to understand it. They can understand each other pretty damn well.
Right.
But the joke is that neither of them can understand Danish.
Even
and
though
furthering that, Danes can't understand each other. Because it sounds I feel like the joke is usually that it sounds like Norwegian with a mouthful of marbles.
And perhaps a concussion.
Yeah. But yeah, I did see one interview. I think it was in Norwegian, and the interviewer was speaking Norwegian. Stellan Skarsgård was on it. He was speaking Swedish, and Mads Mikkelsen was there, and I think he was speaking English. But they were all just like talking to each other. It's like, damn, these people are doing it better. They can just have these kinds of conversations, all mutually intelligible. I think maybe Mads Mikkelsen was speaking Swedish or something. I don't remember. I think someone said like a sentence in English suddenly, and nobody acted like it was weird, or that someone suddenly said something in English. Is like, yes, because of course we all speak English.
Well, yeah,
because it's Scandinavia.
I feel like I want to know more languages. The only problem is, in order to do it, I mean, you kind of almost have to have that immersion factor to where
especially
somebody to speak it to
as an adult.
Yeah,
it's. I feel like it's it gets more difficult. It's not impossible. It's absolutely doable, but it is easier to when there's just a human being there that can speak it to you all the time.
It's like me and my old friend Randy working 40 hours a week together, basically just us
learning Klingon.
Yeah, we learned Klingon. But I haven't used it in over 35 years. So
your Klingon has gone away.
It has.
I feel like there should be a episode of television or a movie or something like that, or a situation in a book where there's like some sort of a crisis, and it's there's like, for whatever reason, there's this group of international people, and there's a language barrier, but then and nobody like speaks any languages. No one like you can't figure it out, and then 2 nerds both speak Klingon, and they're able to finally talk like. Yeah.
But this person is from like somewhere in the middle of Asia. This person over here is from like, I don't know, Papua New Guinea, which I don't know.
I was going to say like Idaho.
Idaho.
We need to have one person that's American.
Right. They're from Idaho.
The other person could be from anywhere in the world.
Mm-hmm.
They just can't speak English.
Iceland.
Yeah, they would speak if they were from Iceland. They'd
I guess
speak
they speak English. Yeah.
I'm sure there are people in Iceland that don't speak English, but I'm fairly certain the vast majority of people in Iceland can speak English. There's just like there's even like a conflict between these two groups of people, and they can't understand each other. And if they could just talk, then they could figure it out. And then they realize these two nerds are like, we both speak Klingon.
Wait, we just like Klingon?
Oh my god! Just like a moment of like, and then like that would be. I feel like that would be good.
It's a show called.
This is my idea. We've recorded it. This is now copyrighted.
We're now mailing
or
the shit to
trademarked
ourselves.
or whatever.
Yeah.
We don't need to.
Yeah.
It's recorded and it will be published somewhere.
It's just a show
that counts.
Called Mark Orkrand Saves the World.
Yeah. It's like Dave.
Well, he's the one who invented the language.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he wrote the book.
I thought you were like coming up with a name of like our main character. Yeah, you could. That would be, or like you could also do with Elvish.
Yeah.
As well.
My name's Elvish. Hello, my mama.
I speak Kenya. Quenya. I don't know how it's actually meant to be pronounced. One of the Elvish languages that Tolkien came up with.
Right.
Or say it to me in Sindarin, baby. Sindarin. Again, these are words that I've only ever seen written.
Right, you've never heard them out loud.
I don't know. Well, I listened to half the audiobook for the Silmarillion one time, so I probably heard them said by Andy Serkis at least one time. But yeah, I'm interested to see how that Hunt for Gollum movie is.
Yeah.
I kind of wish people would leave The Lord of the Rings alone.
Yeah.
Even if it is Andy Serkis, I just kind of feel like, we had some of the 3 best movies ever made.
And then some more movies.
And then 3 of the movies ever made.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then...
Which I haven't watched in a long time.
Something that might be considered a television show. By some people.
Yeah.
And I just feel like we should just leave it alone. I feel like if we could just leave the Lord of the Rings alone. But now they're making Hunt for Gollum, and then Stephen Colbert is adapting 2 pages of a letter that Tolkien wrote one time. Or no, it was a deleted chapter from the end of Return of the King that even Tolkien, who famously refused to kill his darlings, was like, yeah, no, I'm not putting that in the book. Actually, I'm taking it out.
I would trust Colbert with the...
I would too, but also it's like 50-50 with super fans.
Yeah.
Where it's like either it's going to be really good and really faithful, or it's going to be really faithful to their specific vision of what it should be. And I don't know. Also, I don't know how you're going to make a whole movie out of the idea of like... I don't even remember what the name of Sam's kid that's supposed to be the main character. Sam's like daughter. Whatever her name is.
What was the name of the waitress he married or bartender?
Rosie.
Rosie, yes.
She probably has a flower name like Marigold or something. It might even be Marigold.
Pansy.
Hobbits are digression. This has been noted before by other people.
Yeah.
Hobbits are really funny because their women will be named like Rosie or Marigold or Daisy or something like that, and the men will be named like Bungo Gubbins.
Yeah.
Which is just funny.
Yeah.
I guess unless they're slightly villainous like Lobelia Sackville Baggins. Which Lobelia is not the worst name in the world,
No.
I guess. It's not, but anyway.
My lobelia is flaring up.
I got terminal lumbelia. Lumbago.
Lumbago.
Uncle in Red Dead Redemption.
Yes. 2.
I don't think he ever complains about lumbago in the first one. So he must have finally stopped pretending. Anyway.
Hey,
Khemmis. If you don't know, Khemmis is a doom metal band from Denver, Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
They've been around since 2012, and they put out a new album last month, which is their self-titled album, which is always interesting to see when a band has been around for like more than 10 years, and they're like, all right, now it's time for the self-titled album. Now it's time for the album that... Like by making it self-titled, you want it to be like, this is the definitive version of who we are as a band.
Right.
It's kind of, it's kind of a ballsy sort of move to be like, all right, this one's the self-titled album. I have seen, I feel like there was some band where they were just like, yeah, we couldn't settle on a title, so we were just like, well, what if this is just a self-titled album? We just didn't care about the name of the album. But no, so yeah, this is the one. This is the self-titled.
I wonder if anybody's ever actually named their album self-titled.
It
has to have happened at some point.
This Will Destroy You kind of did that. They're a post-rock band.
Right.
Their second album is I think like all on streaming, it doesn't come up as This Will Destroy You. It comes up as S/T.
Okay.
So it's not strictly self-titled, but that's what that means. I don't know if that was just to save space because This Will Destroy You is kind of a mouthful.
It is.
So yeah, that could be it. Oh, there's a... Hi, Zima. I should have given you food before we started. There's an emo band that has an extremely long name, and I can't remember what it is. It's like I no longer feel safe in this world, and the words. It's a mouthful. But if they did a self-titled album and then had it repeat, that would be a funny episode to try and intro.
It would be.
It'd be a challenge. So yeah, Khemmis as a band, as a doom metal band, they kind of are sort of right down the middle of the road when it comes to doom metal styles. They have, especially in their earlier stuff, they leaned a little bit more towards like death doom. They had some black metal elements in there every once in a while, and they've gotten more sort of like kind of epic doom metal as time has gone on. This sort of brings back a little bit of the kind of death metal influences here and there. They've never fully gotten rid of like their screamed and growled vocals.
Is it the same vocalist?
Yeah.
It is.
It's Phil Pendergast.
I wasn't sure.
They've never fully gotten rid of like their their harsher vocals, except on some of their EPs. It's only clean vocals. But on like their full length albums, there's almost always been some screams and growls here and there. This album has, I think, probably the most there's been since maybe like their first two albums, which were Absolution and Hunted. Those two albums. I think probably the most sort of kind of death growls that they've had since then. But they always lean very heavily into sort of fantasy imagery.
That they do.
Every one of their album covers is fit to be airbrushed on the side of a van. It's awesome. The quote that I will always associate with this band is when I first found out about them and I saw a Reddit thread on the doom metal subreddit. The top comment on one of the songs was "Khemmis fucks," and I would agree. They've just got they've got a really sort of beefy sound.
Yeah. And those harmonies.
Yeah, really good harmonies. The vocals are really high quality. I feel like the vocals have gotten better and sort of more natural sounding as time goes on. Their first two albums were pretty naturalistic. And then sort of in the middle, they kind of leaned a little too far into like really clean production sometimes, and there was on occasion some sort of obvious pitch correction here and there. I feel like this album doesn't quite have the same sort of glossy sort of sheen on it. It feels a little bit more natural. It doesn't feel quite as overproduced. The vocals, I think, sound natural. Either that or the pitch correction is just really unnoticeable. I don't know. I've never heard one of their live performances, so I don't know if the vocals can be pulled off live or not. But yeah, I really dug this album.
Yeah,
I really dug it. I thought it was pretty awesome. Pretty awesome.
I had forgotten. I don't know, because my wires cross a lot because my wires are all loosey goosey in my head. So I'd forgotten that they were so doomy.
Yeah, they're a really doomy doom metal band.
Yeah,
they like I said, they kind of just sort of cut right down the middle. There's a lot of doom metal bands that sort of really lean in one sort of direction or another. You've got your people that lean really heavily in the stoner direction. Of course, obviously Sleep. Yeah. And like Monolord and what's the fucking Mammoth one? The Greek.
Oh, Acid Mammoth.
Acid Mammoth.
Yeah.
Acid Mammoth is very much sort of in the stoner direction. And then you've got like your really sludgy ones, like Electric Wizard, and like I guess just straight up sludge with like Acid Bath and stuff like that. Right. But they sort of straddle the line with doom metal. And then your epics, your Candle Masses, and
love me some Candle Mass
and whatnot. Your funerals. I'm just naming doom metal bands now.
That's just gonna be the rest of this. The whole rest of this is gonna be Cathedral,
funeral. Your funeral doom with Bell Witch and that sort of thing. They're just doom metal, man. They're just right in the middle of all of it.
Right.
They got a little bit of everything going on. And I really like that. You get little bits of little tastes. There's some, my spoilers, my favorite song on the album, we'll jump ahead a little bit.
Okay.
Carrion King.
Oh,
the end of that song has just like an HM2 section on it. It's just suddenly they turned on the fucking chainsaw pedal, and it just sounds really gnarly in a way that they don't usually sound. That whole song it is generally kind of a bit heavier and more death metal oriented than they have been in a while, which sort of really makes it stand out to me on this album.
Sure.
But they're generally they got a little something for everybody.
It's a smorgasbord.
Provided you're a doom metal fan anyway.
Right.
They'll have a little something for everybody. And I really like that about them. This album slap.
Yeah.
Absolutely, for sure. The band, by the way, is made up of Phil Pendergast, plays guitar and does vocals. Ben Hutcherson, also guitar and vocals. I think Phil is the main vocalist. I think he does most of the clean vocals. I don't know if they sort of switch off between clean and unclean vocals. I don't quite know how that splits. Zach Coleman is their drummer, and David Small plays bass. I don't know if he's related to Brendan Small or not. That would be kind of fun if he's like the younger brother of Brendan Small from Metalocalypse.
Yeah.
/ Death Clock.
Can he play his music yet? Is he allowed?
Oh yeah. They've had tours.
Right. Because I know there was a legal issue.
Yeah. Well, I think that that probably got sort of resolved when around the time that the movie came out.
Sure.
Which is probably why the movie happened at all. They finally resolved that sort of shit with Adult Swim. I think there might even be a new Death album. Well, there was when the movie came out. I'm pretty sure there might be another one.
Just from with her, I'm like, a new Death. Oh,
no,
okay, yeah,
from
yeah,
Death
yeah,
Clock.
yeah. yeah.
A new, because they're always called Death Album 1 and
Death
2
Album
and 3.
2, Death Album 3.
Yeah, there might have been something new on that front. I don't know. I did see a video of them performing live, and if you've ever seen the Bat Metal animated things that always use Death Clock songs, they had, I think, a new video from that animator playing as the backing track, or playing in as like on a projector behind them as they played the song, which I thought was kind of neat. It always bugged me a little bit that there's millions of people who only know like those. They're like, oh, that's the Bat Metal song. It's like, no, that's Death Clock. It's a whole thing. There's an animated show on Adult Swim. If you like that song, you might like this whole show. And it's, in my head, I was like, "This is stupid." It's like, but you liked the thing.
I still tell you, there's a Death Clock song goes through my head anytime we're packing to go anywhere.
Which is?
Let's see. I've got my
Clothes,
socks.
check.
Shoes.
Check.
Swimming trunks.
Check. That's Mermaider, isn't
yes.
it? Yeah. Death Clock is a lot of fun. I also in the same vein of virtual bands. I'm a little sad that there was never more Beelzebubs or Beelzebubs or however it was meant to be said.
That was a great album they put out.
That was shockingly good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm a little sad that there was never anything more. I guess you could just listen to Insomnium and it's less black metal, but it's most of the same people as I understand.
Right.
So, but yeah, I've always meant to talk about Insomnium, but I've not listened to them a whole lot. But when I do listen to them, I'm like, oh, they're pretty good. But anyway, so out of 6 reviews, I was able to find scores on, came out to an 84% for Khemmis, which is pretty good. What's your favorite track?
You know, I gotta say, Invocation of the Dreamer.
Yeah, the first song.
Yeah,
it kicks ass. They do really good opening tracks, I must say. They like I feel like on many of their albums, my favorite track is often the first one. They always come out swinging. But yeah, I really like Carrion King. Yeah, it has a really gnarly blast beat open. Like it's a fucking awesome song. So yeah, that's Carrion King's my favorite. What metal do you bestow upon it like Maskanada to Chewbacca?
You know, I want to listen to it again, so I think I'm going to give it a gold.
I agree. I'm giving it a gold as well.
Yeah.
As well. All right.
All right.
What do you want to talk about next week?
Next week, I'd like to talk about a thing that I can't believe I've never brought here before. It's like I ran across. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about this album. It's called Deliverance
by
Corrosion of Conformity.
Okay. All right. I'm pretty sure we've listened to some of them before.
Have we?
I don't know if we've listened to Deliverance. Probably not. It doesn't ring a bell.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure we've listened to Corrosion of Conformity at some point. Maybe.
Maybe. I mean, it's been almost 9 years.
Yeah, it's been a long time. It's been a while. He's turning into Skeletor. It's been a while, He-Man. I want somebody to dub the new Masters of the Universe and have it be just dub over all of Jared Leto's lines as Skeletor as animated Skeletor. It'd be funny. Apparently, shockingly, somehow Jared Leto didn't ruin the movie.
That's what I understand as well.
And in fact, he's actually pretty good as Skeletor. Somehow. I don't know how the fuck that happened, that Jared Leto actually was not total cancer to the film. It didn't do super great at the box office.
No. Everybody said it was a fun movie.
Yeah.
It's not a cinematic masterpiece by
Most
any
of
measure.
the people who saw it seemed to like it, which is more than I thought was going to be the case. Just because Jared Leto is a cursed person. Maybe it's because you can't see his face for the whole thing.
Maybe.
That was when I heard he got cast as Skeletor. I was like, they're gonna find some fucking reason for him to just be Jared Leto for most of the movie, and then at the very end, he like gets acid poured on his face or something, and then he's a skull. And he's just gonna be fucking Jared Leto's fucking bearded ass, fucking eyeliner ass face.
I think it almost would have been funny if he had acid poured on his face and then all he used just a skull, and then had the main characters go, the name didn't make sense before.
I didn't realize. Well, he would have been called something different, and then he becomes Skeletor. But they didn't do that. He's just Skeletor the whole time. Which good on them for not doing that. Apparently they are very hesitant to say the name of Fisto, which is a little sad.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. It's a silly movie. You just call him Fisto. It's fine. We'll end the podcast sometime.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
In Fallout New Vegas. Mm-hmm. There's a quest where there's like a really shitty casino in the games. I think it's on Fremont Street, basically.
Yeah.
Like there's the strip where the big casinos are, but you have to pay money to get in there. And then there is Freeside, which is Fremont.
Yeah.
I think a couple of the letters fell off of the sign, and then they put side on there. It's also free to enter, unlike the strip. But there's a casino there, and you do a quest for the owners to get a sex robot for them.
Yeah.
But the sex robot is just like a normal Protectron that they reprogrammed. His name is Fisto. And God. If your character uses it, the robot goes like, "Please assume the position."
Oh, God.
And then it fades to black. I think you maybe hear pain noises. And then it fades back up, and Fisto's like, "The pain should subside in a few hours."
Oh, jeez.
Fallout New Vegas
is...
There's many, many, many reasons why it's probably my favorite game ever. It's wonderful. And Obsidian is getting to make another Fallout game.
Really?
Microsoft handed them the reins because apparently they're disappointed in Bethesda. But really? Also because they haven't done anything. But also Microsoft at the same time was like, "Hey Bethesda, you know how you haven't made an Elder Scrolls game since 2011? Mm-hmm. Well, keep working on that, and also we're going to lay off half your employees." Which seems a little counterintuitive.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you want more games faster with less employees. And Bethesda was already not a particularly large studio, despite their status, which was part of the problem.
Are they actually in Bethesda?
Not anymore.
Okay.
They're not far. I think they're still in Maryland or in the greater sort of DC area. Mm-hmm. But I don't think they're in Bethesda anymore. But one of the issues that's been laid out as far as why is Bethesda that way? It's because they still only have 300 employees, despite the fact that they're, such a giant of the industry. They still think they're scrappy little developers, and it's no, you can hire more people and make games faster. Anyway, it's time to end the podcast.
All right.
So Corrosion of Conformity next week. That's normally when I do the ending spiel, is after you tell me what album we're listening to.
Mm-hmm. And then we just kept going. Yeah.
So thank you very much for listening to this episode of the Bronze Metalist Podcast. Go ahead and subscribe to our feed on whatever podcast service you use to listen to us. And thank you again for listening. I'm Kale.
I'm OJ.
Congratulations.